Buffs Nation, I'm not going to play into any of the fear mongering or have a catchy headline about stuff is falling for Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes here in Boulder. It's all falling apart. We know that's not true. If you've been following this team for years, like myself, or if you've been following this team even since Prime took over in December, you know we could be expecting this. You know that there was going to be massive turnover. Now, was there a couple surprises? Sure, but it's not something that I was completely blindsided by. And welcome to my channel. I'm David. I'm a local CU alum here, talking everything CU Buffs football, Coach Prime Deion Sanders, really anything to do with the University of Colorado. Before I get started, just want to remind everybody that Ralphie is a she. Okay, so the high of the spring game was amazing, and that has been followed up with, of course, the mass exodus of transferring out of the CU program. This was something that we were expecting. This was something that I was expecting. And this was something that the staff themselves alluded to, how there's going to be guys playing in the spring game, and then they're going to transfer out. And Coach Prime is going to meet with some of these guys, let them know, like, hey, it's in your best interest to transfer out. And that's fine. I have to say, I love the transfer portal era. I love it. As much as CU has benefited from it, not every time CU's going to benefit from it. We're going to lose guys to the transfer portal too, and that's just the name of the game. That's what happens. But with Coach Prime raising the standard here, a lot of these players, let's be honest, they're not cut for it. If you look at all the guys that have transferred out of the program since starting in December, we've only had 2 players that have left the program stay at a Power 5 school. If that isn't an indication of where this roster was at, I don't know what is. And one of them was Kalen Moore. He transferred to Cal, which might be one of the other worst Power 5 teams within college football. And then the only other one was Cole Becker, our kicker. He transferred to Utah. Now, do I think Montana Lemonious-Craig is going to start somewhere at a Power 5 school? Yeah, I do. Jordyn Tyson, I would like to think so. He has still a big recovery to go with his ACL tear. I do hope that we see him on the field wherever he ends up transferring to. But again, him coming into CU, people have to understand CU was legit his only Power 5 offer that we had. So, he was an honorable mention All-American. He really stepped up. He's going to go play somewhere and do great. But when we're talking about Travis Hunter, Xavier Weaver, Jimmy Horn, like all of those guys, I was expecting to start over our holdovers in Tyson and Lemonious-Craig. And I'm really thankful for what they've done here with the Buffs. And from a sentimental point, like, it sucks to see them go. But I think this is in the best interest of everybody. We need to continue to overhaul this roster. Not only does it need a talent increase, it also just needs a total cultural reset. And I'm not saying that these guys are bad players or anything, but the more guys on the team that we can have that are recruited by the current staff, I think is best for buy-in in all of that, and moving together as a cohesive unit. So was a little blindsided by Montana entering the transfer portal, but again, I think it was pretty clear that he was going to be the fourth wide receiver at best before injury right now, and it kind of makes sense. And he had a very well-written, heartfelt statement. It was kind of funny because I feel like he probably spent so much time giving his thanks to CU that he forgot to say, and I'm entering the transfer portal. It kind of caused a lot of confusion, but overall, we're going to be rooting for you, Montana. I was really pleased to see 24/7 give your transfer rating a 4-star. So that's a big deal. Excited to see where you go. Another couple notables. We had Jason Oliver, DB, enter the transfer portal, along with Tyron Taylor is another DB. And again, we've been bringing in a lot more DB talent. This was something that I was expecting. And even with Jordyn Tyson, I was kind of wondering. I sent him a DM a little while ago when I put out his highlight video. Didn't hear back from him, but he's not super active on Twitter. But it just got me wondering. It's like, okay, with some of the guys we got coming in with Adam Hopkins, Omarion Miller, Asad Wasim, Jacob Page, like so many other. I think we brought in, must have been 6 freshman wide receivers. We're still stacked at this position. Now, I think the offense is going to be fine. I feel good in terms of where we're at, 9-10 deep with the offensive line right now. The defense is where we're going to have to really work this portal. And I did see that CU is already starting to make some offers for wide receivers as well, just to get a little bit more veteran experience in here. I think that would be great if we bring in another guy, but I wouldn't say it's, make or break for this roster right now. We still need to be hitting the D-line, the linebackers, the secondary, pretty much everything on the defense. I think we need significantly more depth with. The other thing was that we saw that Juwan Johnson, one of the top CU commits for the 24 class, safety, also plays quarterback in Louisiana. He decommitted last night as well. Again, this is just the name of the game. A lot of these players have a lot of time before they need to start making their official commitments. And even if he was committed, he's going to go on other official visits. He's going to visit other schools. And this is just what happens in the recruiting season, in the transfer portal seasons. Change happens so fast, and we can't be upset about that. I think some people will try and look at this as like, hey, this is a huge deal for Prime losing all of these transfers, but this is what needed to happen, man. Like I said, really the only notable guy who has left our team and gone to a significant Power 5 school has been our kicker. Lemonious-Craig will change that, but all those other guys who are hopping in the portal, it's most likely they're going to be at G5 and Group of 5 schools. And if that doesn't tell you where this program was at, I don't know what does. So I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Again, I think that if we were looking at this day post-spring game from a logical perspective, we knew that this was coming. The staff told us that this was coming, and now we got to see who's coming. So let me know in the comments what you think. Who do you want to see on the Buffs next? It's going to be a fun week. So I guess I'll sign off from here. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't yet. And as always, Sco Buffs.